study the cerebellum or the little brain. Though it is known as little brain, it has lots of work to do. Okay, now first we'll see about its situation in the intracranial cavity. Okay, or cranial cavity. You have studied this interior of the skull having anterior cranial fossa, middle cranial fossa and the posterior cranial fossa, and it is having supratentorial compartment and infratentorial compartment that you have already learnt. Okay, now I will show you the location of the cerebellum. See, it lies in the posterior cranial fossa in the infratentorial compartment. Posterior cranial fossa in the infratentorial compartment. Okay, this is the location of the cerebellum. Okay, can you see here? Okay, these are the two fossae for the two cerebellar lobes, right and left. Like cerebellum is also having left and right lobes. And there is posterior median sulcus. Here there is presence of the falx cerebelli, and on the superior surface it is related to the tentorium cerebelli and falx cerebelli. Okay, this is about the location and its relations. Okay, anteriorly, can you see here? Anteriorly it is related to the brainstem. It is related to the brainstem, and to the brainstem, that is midbrain, pons and medulla. Midbrain, pons and medulla, it is attached by superior cerebellar peduncle, middle cerebellar peduncle and inferior cerebellar peduncle. Superior cerebellar peduncle attaches cerebellum to the midbrain. Middle cerebellar peduncle attaches cerebellum to the pons, and inferior cerebellar peduncle attaches the cerebellum to the medulla oblongata. This is how the brainstem is attached to the cerebellum, and through these cerebellar peduncles lots of ascending and descending tracts are there. Okay, these things are in the cerebellar peduncles. Now we'll see about the external features of the cerebellum. Cerebellum, see, it is irregular in shape, having right and left lobes. Right and left lobes. Now first we'll see about its fissures. See, here you can see the fissure. It is very difficult to trace fissures because the structure of the cerebellum is having many folds. See, here it is folded. Can you see here? There are many folds, and in between these there are sulci. Those are known as the folia. Okay, and this is for increase of the surface area of the cerebellum to accommodate lots of neurons. Okay, this is the function of this folding structure having folia. This is the fissure. You can trace it. Okay, this lies anteriorly. Okay, anteriorly, and this is known as primary fissure or fissura prima. Okay, because it develops first during the development, that's why it is named as fissura prima or primary fissure. And in front of that, the part of the cerebellum is known as the anterior lobe. This is the anterior lobe in front of the fissura prima. Okay, then we'll go little back. Can you see one more fissure here? This is the transverse fissure. This is transverse fissure. Behind the primary fissure is the posterior lobe. This is the anterior lobe. This is posterior lobe. Posterior lobe is having superior surface and inferior surface, and this extends up to posterolateral sulcus. This is the posterolateral sulcus. Posterolateral sulcus. Okay. There are three fissures. Again to revise: fissura prima or primary fissure, horizontal fissure, and posterolateral fissure. Okay, posterolateral fissure. Having anterior lobe and posterior lobe. Posterior lobe has superior surface and inferior surface, and this is the anterior lobe. These are the external features of the cerebellum. Then I am turning it. Can you see here irregular structure? This is the floccular node. Okay, floccula, and it is attached to the cerebellum, and this is known as flocculonodular lobe. Okay, flocculonodular lobe. This is the vermis. This is median structure, vermis of the cerebellum. Floccular node. These are tonsils. Now I will show you the, yes, it is the separated part of the cerebellum. It is separated from the midbrain. See, here you can see this is the primary fissure and this is the anterior lobe. Here you can see on right side the transverse fissure. Okay, and this is the superior surface of the posterior lobe. It is cut open to show you the internal structure, gross internal structure. Can you see gray matter lies in the folia here? Okay, this is the cerebellar cortex, and this is the cerebellar medulla. Medulla contains white matter and the cortex contains gray matter. In medulla there are few nuclei, those also contain, those are gray matter, but in the white matter those are lying, those are dentate nuclei and other nuclei that you are going to study in detail during the lecture class. Okay, this is the cerebellar cortex and this is cerebellar medulla. Okay, cortex and medulla, and it gives tree-like appearance. It is known as arbor vitae. Arbor vitae. These arbor vitae appearance you will also get in the uterus. Okay, that's why just remember arbor vitae appearance. You can see here tree-like. Okay, that is the arbor vitae appearance of the cortex of the cerebellum, and this is